Hello, I am Neeraj Mehta, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, IES IPS Academy. This video has been recorded as an OER activity of IITB workshop. Today I am going to deliver my lecture on SQL. As we are already familiar with the simple concepts of database, so we are covering SQL. What is SQL? SQL stands for Structured Query Language, and we are going to cover this SQL in three different terms: what, why, and third one is where. It means that what is SQL, why SQL, and where SQL. Okay, now as the name suggests, structured query language. In simple terms, what I mean about SQL is that it is a language which is used for querying. Okay, it is a language which is used for querying structured. Okay, language which is used for query structured. Now what is structured? Structured is a database. Which type of database? Relational database. Okay, so as per this SQL is a standard query language used for communicating with the databases, or we can say that with the help of SQL we can access that relational database, we can modify database, and we can perform n number of operations with the help of SQL. So this is what is SQL. Now second term, why SQL. More or less this is same with what. Why? Why means where we can use SQL. We can use SQL for to create database. Here DB stands for database, to create database. Second, to show database. When we have created the database with the help of SQL, we can connect how much numbers of database we have created, or which database we are using. Third, we can create table. After making database, we can create table. Fourth, querying table, and so on. So these are all operations which we can do with the help of SQL. Now third term we have seen where SQL. This means that where we can use this term SQL, or where we can use SQL. So SQL has been used as an standard query language for n number of databases like Oracle, PostgreSQL, MySQL, DB2, and so on. It means that the many standard databases use SQL as their standard language to communicate or to transfer the data between databases. Okay. Now there are n number of queries with the help of which we can query the databases, but SQL queries are broadly classified in three different categories. First is DDL, DML, and DCL. Most of the queries of SQLs has been categorized in three different forms: DDL, DML, and DCL. Now what is DDL? DDL stands for Data Definition Language. DML data manipulation language, and DCL stands for data control language. Now, with the help of an example, we can understand what are the importance and why we categorize these three different queries. Okay, we are going to take an example of university database, and with the help of this university database, we can understand these three different categories of queries. Okay. So first of all, we write down the categorization: DDL, data definition; DML, data manipulation; and data control. Now, suppose we are going to open an institute, and for an institute we need, suppose we have an institute and we are making a database of the student for their courses, their timetable, their fees, the student management, and all those activities we are covering, or we want to make a fully functional database. So with the help of these three different queries, we can make a fully functional databases. Now, I have given an example of university or school. Suppose we are making a database. So for making a database, we have to store data in tables. Okay. So for creating tables, what we need, we have to define, or we have to create the structure of a table, or we have to create the structure of data. For that, we have a DDL, data definition languages. With the help of this DDL, what we can do is we can create the definition. Either it's a definition of a table, either it's a definition of a trigger, procedure, view, or whatever. Okay, so under this DDL category, we have create. This is a create command, with the help of which we can structure the table. We can define what is the structure of a table. Second, alter, drop, truncate. So with the help of this DDL commands, we can define the structure of a table. Okay. Now with the DDL queries, what we have do? We have created the tables. We have defined the structure. Now what happens if mistakenly we have entered some wrong data? Now what happens? We have to enter that data. We have to modify that data. For modification, we have DML, which stands for data manipulation languages, with the help of which we can modify the data. Under it, update, insert, and so many queries are there, with the help of which we can manipulate the data. Third one is DCL. Suppose we have made the data, we have finalized the data, but what we want restrict the control of data. Okay. So with the help of these DCL commands, under which grant, revoke, these two commands are there, with the help of which we can give the grants to access the database, and we can take again the permission with the help of this commands. Okay, now we move forward to the practical part of this SQL, how we can use SQL. Okay, so now I will show the how we can use SQL. Okay, so first we have two versions of we have already installed MySQL database, where we have installed MySQL 5.5 database. So with the help of this, I will show you, demonstrate how can we use SQL. Okay, just click the MySQL 5.5. It's prompting for password. MySQL command line interface is a command line interface on which we can type the queries and retrieve our results in command line form. If you doesn't like this command line, if you are not familiar with, or you are not comfortable with this command line interface, then there is another option by MySQL, which is MySQL Workbench. Basically, it's an GUI version of MySQL client. command line interface. So it's an GUI based application where you can you can run your query in graphical form. So this is but you have seen that there are so many GH, IIT, Zunk. So all these are tables, these are databases, sorry, this GH, Junk, Mehta, all these are predefined database, or these are some test database, and some database are created by me. Okay, so these are showing the database. When you click on the database, you have shows tables. So this GH database have employee and student tables. Okay, so this is a GUI base where you can see all this detail in a graphical form without any query. Okay, now come to the command line interface. As I told you, with the help of SQL, we can create database, we can query database. So I am just demonstrating 2 or 3 queries with the help of which we can use SQL. Okay. So first we query how much databases we have. So the simple SQL query for how much databases we have, show databases. Enter. Show databases. So what SQL is doing, it will giving the list of databases which we have. Now suppose we have to connect with IIT databases. So we have to write connect IIT. So now our database has been changed and it will prompt to IIT. Okay, thank you.